Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do your end of November reading in preparation for the lunar eclipse of this coming Friday in Scorpio with the exalted full moon in Taurus. And this is very much preceding a solar eclipse that will happen on December 4th in Sagittarius. The lunar and solar eclipse together are portending some unexpected but definitely destined events and occurrences for the planet and all of our lives, in which we are investing, building, and reinforcing our sense of self-value, self-love, self-worth, as we are moving away from our experiences of oppression and even victimhood. So this is producing a greater sense of security, protection, and a renewed respect for the forces of the natural world. So Scorpio, during your time, I'm going to start with the bottom of the Shulton deck, and the card is Justice. Justice in this deck is very much about an opportunity that you now have to right some wrongs, to create equity or balance in a situation that has been imbalanced. And a couple of words come to mind, Scorpio, when I think of the forces at play that are providing this opportunity for you, and one is the phenomenon of repatriation of cultural artifacts, things that were taken as a result of colonial exploitation and are now being surprisingly returned and regifted back to source. And this is preceding a rematriation of the land, very much about returning and restoring and reconstituting the land before it was taken away and removed from its natural state. Both of these cultural phenomena are providing new opportunities for you, Scorpio. And we're going to start with the Sun cards that are going to give me a little more information about where you're at right now. We have the Temperance card, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Cups. A lot of struggle, a lot of chaos, and I see a considerable amount of focus on past disappointments and failures. I also see your sensitivity to the harm and damage that has been caused by many of the very self-interested, self-guided conflicts that you are involved in currently. I see you, as you're focusing and evaluating, feeling the losses that have occurred in the past, the sense of failure. It's more the sense of loss and the mourning, the grieving that feels critical to you right now. And it is understanding the underbelly of actions that have been taken, a winning at all cost attitude, an exploitive approach to creating and building a team and accomplishing a goal. So you're mourning some of the excesses of that approach. And as you mourn that, you are in deep recognition of what remains. And what remains is all that you need in order to reestablish the connection within yourself, to your higher self, to other levels of consciousness that are helping you to affect a healing. I'm getting a really strong cultural feeling from this particular set of cards and this information about you, Scorpio, that you are a healer, a server at some level to communities of people, teams of people. You may be a social worker, an educator, but you're definitely realigning the misguided energies around you within yourself. And this is to the end of creating greater justice and fairness and equity in the communities and the environments that you are a part of. The moon card is showing me a little bit more about the situation that you're working within. And we have the Eight of Staffs, or the Eight of Wands, the Devil card, and the Queen of Pentacles, or in this deck, the Lady of Jades. So I see you are having perhaps a somewhat managing influence on some of the destruction that you have witnessed and that you are currently involved in. And this can represent a work opportunity, a career opportunity, or even a relationship with a community. This can also be applied, of course, to individual relationships, but I'm not gaining a sense of a romantic relationship at this time. I do sense you're understanding the choices that you may have made in the past to meet the expectations and the obligations of on behalf of others, worked in order to meet the needs of those that you were whose needs you were entrusted with. Understanding that that was indeed your responsibility, that was the way that you were shown, trained, given to provide assistance, aid, help. However, your understanding now helps you to align with a deeper sense of personal healing and world healing that you are now in a position to affect. The Eight of Staffs, the Eight of Wands, shows a lot of communication, where before the communication, or currently even, the communication has been conflictual and chaotic and very individually profit motivated. You are now joining with others to pull something together that will move this situation, which is very, I want to say it's hardened, and apparently tough and impermeable structure that you work within has now been inspired and directed into a new direction. And your ability to receive this information, new information, to pool together the resources of information and knowledge that you have with others in very traditional settings and communities is actually moving you in a direction away from this choice, away from this perception of reality, an inflexible sense of the way things should be, the way things have to be. You're healing that knowledge among your team, among your community, and among your work. Within your relationships, not only with others, but with yourself. These cards show how you're negotiating this polarity that's represented by the full moon right now, the Five of Staffs, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles, or the Eight of Jades. So there's 2 8s here, 3 5s. So you're bringing order out of a chaotic situation here. That's something that I'm definitely picking up on. You are structuring and working to move this energy in a new direction. Your ability to work as a part of a team is what is actually helping to provide you with leadership or a sense of the direction in which you need to go. So you are part of planning now. I see you masterfully able to identify the resources that are necessary to improve this situation. You are able to manifest a sense of abundant possibilities, abundant resources, and a generous, protected, safe, and nurturing environment. So as you shift your view from the father to the mother, you are in fact engaged in this cultural phenomenon of repatriation, returning lost objects to their rightful owners, and rematriation of the land, restoring the land, providing restitution to those that have been deprived of their lands. And as your path forward has been very much to structure the thoughts and energies to create and build something, to work in a very determined way to create this new thing, this new balance that is based on the love of craft, the love of value, and the desire to create something useful and practical for the use of others. The Five of Staffs shows that although you are working in a very chaotic, a very emotionally dense set of circumstances with people who have been severely affected, both not negatively and emotionally by the impact of these institutions and methods that have been utilized to date, that you are still committed to working and collaborating with a group of peers in order to train yourself to this new muscle, this new generative, manifesting, and nurturing muscle that you are gaining as a part of a larger community and group. A new way of valuing what has been given and understanding the purpose of what has been given. I'm going to clarify the Temperance card with the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck. It's already been shuffled. And bless the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and a little bit stiffer, the Warrior of Pentacles. So these cards are helping us to understand this notion of balance and deep healing that you are personally experiencing, and you're actually reflecting this deeper understanding of balance, justice, equity, and even give and take in your relationships, in your work. The Five of Pentacles is not a repeat, but it adds to the already 3 5s that are here on the table. So all the 5s are here, indicating your ability to work as part of a team. You have not abandoned that. However, you are very interested in altering, in re-establishing your values amongst your team and those that are in alignment with your values. So this is about your reinforcing a newer set of values that are emerging as a result of this personal healing you're experiencing. The Six of Cups also brings you to an opportunity, an experience of nostalgia. And this is coming to me as a place, an experience of the world that you once had. This can be part of your family of origin or your earlier formative experiences, but you experienced a place, a location, an institution, a community in such a way that felt natural, it felt pleasurable and joyous, and your gifts and talents emerged naturally from that time. So these are all being restored and awakened within you. The Warrior of Pentacles is indicating the Knight of Pentacles, which is reinforcing your willingness to step back and to learn something on new terms. So you're planning, you're contemplating, but cautiously moving forward in this new direction towards this new creation that you are a part of. I'm going to clarify the Devil card here in your situation with the Nine of Cups, the Mystic, which is the same as the Hierophant card in other decks, and the Six of Swords. So we have another six here. The Nine of Cups is showing that your sense of your ability to extract the lessons from your experiences is giving you a sense of tremendous satisfaction right now. You are feeling not only accomplished in your realization and your efforts to right this situation, to align your environment with your own personal sense of healing. But this also encourages you and recognizes that you are moving away from the status quo. You're moving away to a place of peace because the status quo is not peaceful in your experience. In fact, the status quo has brought up a lot of pain, damage, even trauma from the past. You're moving away from that, and you're bringing with that not only this desire to rebalance your own energies within and without, but your ability to share your quest to open up to the natural and divine forces of the universe. You are understanding your position in the world, your role, your purpose, and you're helping others to find their sense of purpose in the world. Scorpio, I'm going to finish off this reading with a crystal oracle card. What does Scorpio need to know for the end of November? This is a chrysoprase, chrysoprase. Sorry, if you know how to say this crystal name correctly, please let me know in the comments. Chrysoprase. The key word is nurturing. I open up and allow myself to be nurtured. Scorpio, I hope this has been useful to you. I hope it has been helpful. If you like this reading, please like, and that lets me know that this content is useful to you and helps me to grow my channel. Until next time, Scorpio, Namaste.